Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is the first video on Your Broken Galaxy and I am so grateful that you're here, that you decided to watch it. If you like these kinds of videos, if you think they're fun, please like and subscribe, share, all of the YouTube garbage that I'm supposed to say to get you to watch my videos. So in today's video, I'm going to ask the incredibly important question that all of us want to know the answer to. What if Padme Amidala was ugly? Alright, so let me get started by saying, everyone knows that Natalie Portman is attractive, right? I was just a little kid when Phantom Menace came out. Padme was like, a couple years older than me. I thought she was cute, right? All the guys in my school thought she was. But we're not talking about Natalie Portman. We're talking about the character Padme Amidala. She's not attractive, okay? So, the events of Episode 1 play out basically exactly like they do initially in the movie, until the group makes it to Tatooine and goes inside the Watto shops where Padme meets up with Anakin. So they walk into the shop. Instead of Anakin being like, "Are you an angel?" he doesn't say anything, right? He just sits around for a few seconds, kind of waiting, seeing what these newcomers are like. Padme is just looking around the shop, messing with things, and then Anakin just leaves. So Qui-gon decides he's gonna look around at other shops, right? Okay, so he's unable to find the parts he needs, like Watto says, but he's like a Jedi, so he just uses his mind trick powers of being a Jedi on all the other people in town. Watto might be immune to the Force, but nobody else is. So Qui-Gon ends up tricking everybody else, and he gets their money. When he's got enough money, he comes back to Watto, and he just buys the parts, right? Super reasonable. Qui-Gon's not a reasonable guy. Who cares? Whatever. So they all get back to Coruscant, and most of the things happening on Coruscant are the same, except Anakin's not there. Everything with Anakin's gone because he's still on Tatooine. Qui-Gon never found him. Eventually, Padme, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, they all go back to Naboo. They have a whole big old battle as usual. You have the lightsaber duels with the Duel of the Fates going, oh, 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 all that awesome stuff with a lightsaber fight that was really looking pretty cool. All the Gungans, they're fighting and they're dying and all that stuff. The starfighters are up going there. But Anakin, he's not in a starfighter, right? Because he's not even there. Since he's not there, no one flies inside of the Lucre Hulk and blows it up. So what that means, all those Nubian starfighter pilots, they all die, right? A whole bunch more Gungans die. I just said Gundams. Gundams are cool. Anyway, all of the Gungans die. Not all of them. A lot of Gungans die. But Padme does capture Newt Gunray, okay? He's still in command of the Space Forces, so, he doesn't want to die. So he calls up to the spaceship, and he's like, hey, make the army stand down. I don't want her to kill me or anything like that. So the movie ends with the same whole big parade with all the Gungans. Palpatine's the Chancellor, but, he doesn't know anything about Anakin. So Anakin ends up continuing to do his pod races, and eventually he gets on a pretty big winning streak, right? He finds himself able to pay for his freedom. Okay, a couple more races, he pays for his mom's freedom. He ends up falling in love with the first attractive girl he ever meets, and he hits on her, saying, hey, are you an angel? Just like he did with Padme, right? Because, when Anakin was, 8 years old, he was just standing outside of the cantina, okay? He heard some drunk guy come out, see a pretty girl. The guy's like, are you an angel? And Anakin's like, oh, that's it. That's the line. If I ever meet a pretty girl, I'm just going to ask her if she's an angel. And that's what he does. And she totally falls for it, right? So, the Jedi never find Anakin. Palpatine never finds Anakin. But Anakin and his mom and his girlfriend, they're traveling around the galaxy doing all these different pod racing events while the Jedi and Palpy are just going about their business. After a few years, Anakin's watching the news about some senator from Naboo trying to block a military creation act, and he looks over at his girlfriend and he's like, hey honey, I met that senator on Tatooine when I was 9 years old. And she's like, did you ask her if she was an angel too? And Anakin's like, what? No, she's ugly. So the Clone Wars happens, and all the Jedi dies, and lots of little details are different, but basically it's the same story that's happening, okay? However, notably, Padme doesn't die of a broken heart for having her Force energy sucked away by her or anything. Instead, she dies of loneliness because she's so ugly. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't die of loneliness. Padme joins the Rebel Alliance. Okay, then the Empire, they're doing something crazy. You know, they just kill people all the time. They end up killing Anakin's wife. So here you go. He joins the Rebel Alliance too. And while he's there, Anakin meets Padme. Okay, so this is crazy coincidence, right? This galaxy's like got trillions of people, and they just happen to run into each other twice in their lifetime. That is nuts. But it's like, hey, I remember you. You came into my shop when I was 9, and you and your friends did nothing to show me any kindness or help me out of my slavery. And she's like, well, maybe if you had complimented my looks, I would have helped you. And he's like, why would I compliment your looks? You ain't no angel, honey. And she's like, you're a strange little man. Then Anakin blows up the Death Star with Palpatine on it, brings balance to the Force. The end. Bum, 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 bum. So thank you so much for listening and watching to this video. If you thought it was fun, like I said, please subscribe, come back for more. Before I posted this video, I wrote over 50 scripts. I have done the recordings for dozens of them, and I am just waiting to release them for you guys. So it'd be great for you to come and take a look. Some of the things I have coming up are more what-if scenarios, wonderful scenarios like what if Porkins destroyed the Death Star, or what if the younglings defeated Darth Vader. I also am going to have some versus videos, but I'm not going to do the versus videos where it's like Count Dooku does Makashi and he's really good, but Obi-Wan does Ceresu, and I'm not going to do those versus videos. No, I'm going to do versus videos like who would win in a fight, Jar Jar Binks or Mon Mothma, right? It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool to see how much of a dirty fighter Mon Mothma is. And I've got a bunch of other ideas too. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Whether you do or don't, let me know in the comments. If you've got an idea, something you want to see that is ridiculous and fun and funny, please let me know in the comments. I think that we should have a great sense of humor about this and just really enjoy ourselves. But yeah, I'm glad that you now all know the answer to what would happen if Padme Amidala was ugly. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and all that garbage.